Welcome back to Thorpe Park. We are back for the 2026 season, and of course it will be 25 years of fear during Fright Nights this year, and we can't wait for that. But let's show you some updates from what's going on around the park. Of course, starting with the brand new attraction area for 2026, which is the launch pad. So this is half of the beach. This area was initially put aside for a stage and entertainment area. However, that of course has been scaled back with all the entertainment cutbacks. And as you can see from the site here, quite a lot has happened already. It's not going to be ready for the opening of the season, there's no doubt about that, but you'll see the beach later, that is coming back. So we'd expect them to open probably about the same time. The pool's gone. That's the best way of looking at it. The pool has completely gone as infrastructure is going in places, paths and various sort of themed pieces, and it looks like there's going to be a hut which I think will be for ice creams and things all going in. A lot of the rock work we'll have to check, probably come from Monk's Walk in fairness, there's been quite a lot down there, but they are going to use a lot of it for a relaxing area. I have to say, it's not what I would have done with the area, to be fair, but it will breathe some life into it. Given that not as many people as what used to use the beach, it does kind of allow, a space for everyone to gather where perhaps you couldn't done on half of the beach. So infrastructure is going in, that includes fencing around the outside, obviously foundations as well. And yeah, we expect to see this open ready for the summer. Will you use it? Let us know in the comments. We do want to know your thoughts on this project. This is the only thing we are getting new for 2026. It's a massive open space. I'm still hoping there will be a little bit of shelter in there. Hopefully a few canopies will be added to the launch pad. But we'll move on from here and over to Tidal Wave, which has had and is having a lot of work done. First, we've got a bit of tarmac out the front where the paving has been replaced around splash areas. We've got no graphics or anything down at the moment. And of course, the ride is drained, which isn't too unusual as we look into the station over the closed season. It's the structure that is having a lot of work done. There's been a lot of scaffolding. We've highlighted that in videos from outside the park, which we can see across. And it's still the case now. This will be another ride, undoubtedly not likely to be ready at the start of the season. It seems that they've been removing a lot of rust from it. And of course, regalvanizing and repainting and, getting it back to tip-top condition, which also brings the question, are we going to see some of the effects return? Well, every single year we kind of look at it and we look like they're working on it. And of course, here is the water effect, which really should be quite a simple effect in the scheme of things. And over to the fire effect, which we'll see shortly. Of course, the fire effect was changed a few years back, but never actually opened at all. Everything was put in, but it never got working. Well, it does look like it's had a new control system, because this is really shiny for something that's been here a couple of years. Fingers crossed we might get some of it back. There's sparks and all sorts which used to be on this. Again, it's simple touches like this that really bring the theme park adventure to people visiting. So fingers crossed it comes back. Of course, Stealth is celebrating 20 years this year. We're hoping for a good, reliable year for Stealth. It wasn't actually open on this particular day, to be fair, but it does look like the station, which was only upgraded a couple of years ago, has had a few more touch-ups done, and you can see their areas are barricaded off as well for benches and things, which are all being done. The big news was Rumba Rapids. I have to say, some of this I don't get. As we pan around here, there is 2 boats left on the track or the course. One of them is just sitting there. It's just, I just don't get it. I don't get it. Now, of course, it was highlighted that pumps and things and boats have been removed over the closed season, which wasn't, again, too unusual, to be fair. But it has come very, very quickly that we saw barricades going up around the ride, to the point actually they're not all the way round yet. You can see where it actually ends at the moment, really covering off the entrance period, and there are some markings on the floor where we may get some more go round. But it's the 2 boats. I mean, surely it would be easier with water in to get these boats off the course. How bothered are they? I don't know. I'm still not super convinced this was initially due to close at the end of last season. They said returning for 2026, and I have to say, I think probably it was going to be for quite a long time. 2 boats left on, ride intact. I think we'll see signs and everything come down very, very soon, which makes you think, why did we not change the film for 2026 to have a real new attraction? Ready Player One has been in for a couple of years now. It's got to be quite a kind of cheap alternative to get something highlighted, because next to it, Detonator has been painted and is gleaming as well. I mean, it's quite an overcast day here, but it looked good. We've got the new ops cabin area where they can shelter as well from the elements, and it's had some new lighting put in on the fences to shine up the tower. Further tarmac areas have been done along the big walkway by the ghost train. Of course, this is used quite a lot for events as well. So it's quite a high traffic area as we head down to Saw the Ride. A refresh of the sign, which again isn't too unusual. We do actually see the gun effect audio back. In fact, audio seems to be a thing they have changed quite a lot. Definitely different, and you can hear as well there are some new announcements in here before we head outside and see some new soundtrack, or hear some new soundtrack, sorry.
Push the harnesses up.
And it's good, it's really subtle, it's Saw based, it's really, really nice touches, and again it's things like this that really bring the atmosphere together. Now, we were told that it had a couple of restraints changed as well to the new Gerstlauer ones, which are going to feature on Draken at Paulton's Park. However, we've seen 7 trains and none of them look like that. None of them look any different whatsoever. So we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see what happens. As we head over to Zodiac, another ride which was closed mainly for the whole of kind of the second half of 2025. The ride is actually now back together, and in being back together also has a live testing sign on the exit. So we believe this ride will be back for 2026, hopefully quite early on in the season. As you can see, it's all back together after the cars sitting off for quite a long time, which will be great news. It really adds to the lineup. Over at the beach, that will also reopen for this year later on in the year too, so you can enjoy the beach as well as the new relax launch pad area. Lots going on at Thorpe Park. Nothing kind of significant, but I kind of like the little touches and updates and paint and things like that really do help. You will be able to hire power banks for this year as well. They're not quite ready yet, but they will be shortly. But everything else in the dome kind of remains unchanged as you enter. You've got the coffee shop, which isn't open quite yet, but that will be. And of course, accommodation should you choose to stay. Thorpe Park 2026, back real soon.